Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, February 14th, 2024. Valentine's Day. Emily and Rudy decided with the snowman that they're going to do a different theme for the holidays. Being Valentine's Day, they took the plasma cutter, cut out a heart, and then Emily painted "Love You" on it. Rudy obviously decorated it with some more roses, a couple other hearts. So it turned out really good. What I'm doing here today, sorry about the swing, is I am helping Rudy cut and bend some sheets of steel. So I'm waiting for him to show back up. He had to go cut something off of an engine, I guess. But I'll be helping him out today, and we'll talk about the progress on Emily's loft. I don't know how well you're going to hear me over this, but what Rudy's doing is lifting these sheets of steel, obviously not even, but I've learned to just kind of let him do his thing. He's got half of them on there. What we got to do is get these up so that we can slide one sheet at a time into this shear and cut off strips of steel. So I had to stop the video because I had to put a piece of wood in between the layers of steel so he could pick it up with the forklift evenly. So now that he's out of here, you can hear me talk a little bit. This massive thing is a shear. So what this does is, with using hydraulics, obviously, this blade comes down and it's basically a paper cutter on steroids that slices these sheets of steel. What we typically do is we cut 8-inch strips and they fall behind there. He picks them up with a forklift. Then we bring them over here to the brake. This thing's basically a steel bender and it bends them in the shape that we need them. Now that he's got those separated, he had to pull out, push them a little bit farther back to make it safe. Again, we pull one sheet at a time into the shear, cut 8-inch strips, picks those pieces up, brings them over here to the brake, and you can see how this thing has a metal channel that is V-shaped, and then there's a sharp edge here, and it comes down and bends it at a 90 degree. We make the parts, or Rudy's got a contract with Marpan to make the parts for their dumpsters. The big sheets will eventually bend into something like this, which we have to use that scary bridge crane for. Scary meaning, I wonder if that thing's gonna fall on you. But anyways, we lift up these sheets, bend both ends of it, stack it up, and they come and pick up this stuff. So that's what I'm doing here today. I'll try to film some of us working, but it's really dangerous stuff, in my opinion. Or at least to me. Rudy's like, yeah, it's no big deal, but he's been doing this for about as long as I've been alive. So anyways, that's what I'm doing out here at Rudy's, and see if we can get some video. But if not, we'll talk about the loft. Of steel weighs about 240 pounds. We use magnets to slide it on here, and then you just kind of push it and feed it into the shear. So again, we got 10 sheets of this stuff. There's the big magnets that we use that have the little pull handles. We got 10 sheets cut into 8-inch strips. Rudy's now going to take the forklift back behind the shear. We're going to pick up those pieces that we cut, and I don't know if we're going to bend them next or if he's going to just leave them out there. I don't know. So we'll see how this goes. While Rudy's shifting steel around, he kept talking about in the previous video with the snowman, And like I said, he used to make grills out of these things. We built our fire pit, and Rudy, when we had made it, he explained, or tried to explain to us, what he was making for fire pits years ago. And he said years ago people weren't paying 800, 900 bucks for these things. Well, nowadays they will. But this is his fire pit, and there's his grill that he's been making, and Emily's been trying to help him sell them on Facebook Marketplace. The neat thing about this grill is he took a trailer, like a cargo trailer jack or any kind of jack, and he improvised this thing and made it that when you crank this up, it lifts up that heavy grate, and then you can swing it out of your way. So if you want to use it as a grill, so these I think he's selling for like 850 bucks. These he's selling for a little bit more, and I don't remember what, but pretty cool design. A lot better than what you buy at Lowe's or Home Depot. Now, if Rudy had to do this by himself, he'd have to pull using those magnets, those 240-pound sheets, into here. He's got the backstop set at 8 inches, and then you just step on the foot pedal here, which brings the shear down, and it cuts the 8-inch strips. We've now done 20 sheets. I think we get, about 12 8-inch strips out of these. And what these are going to be used for is they're going to be bent to make a U-shaped bracket that goes underneath a garbage dumpster, because he's got a contract with Marpan, like I said. So these are the replacement parts, I guess, for their dumpsters. Skipping way ahead. Once we cut a foot off of these pieces, now you're down to a 6 foot by 9 foot piece. We bend 8 inches of each side. What happens when you bend it is it flips up. You got to push it up the rest of the way and lift it out of that break, spin it around, bend the other side, and then stack them there. Really a lot of fun. Back here at our shop, taking you upstairs to the loft. I did get my ceiling joists ordered, so they were delivered yesterday. Got a couple of them up. But because I helped Rudy all day today, it's been about 7 hours over there helping him out. I really need help getting this thing up because I've got to get it up there behind the metal supports. I may even have to take one of the metal supports down temporarily to get this joist up in place. But to back out a little bit and zoom out, I did get the closet framed. Again, barn doors there, so that's why I've got that blocking up there. Still got to look at the hardware that came with it, because I may have to do blocking in those 4 spaces as well. I don't know yet, but I knew I would at least need those 2 spaces blocked. This wall, I think we're gonna leave open and have like the Wi-Fi stuff here, the router, the modem, who knows, maybe the printer in here. She'll figure it out. But either way, I'm going to keep this open for the most part, insulate a little better, but just put like a faux paneling back there and then shelves. Got this wall built. This is for the built-in bookcases. And swinging over here, obviously got that all framed out for the door. And then this is just going to have a wall with a shelf again and siding there. I did find a guy up in Quitman, Georgia for the shiplap siding. And I think we're going to just do, I don't know, about 1,000 square feet of shiplap. And hopefully that will cover most of this. I called the metal company to see about getting metal sheeting to do the front of this. I think it's such a small amount. They have not returned my call. Other metal companies, if you didn't buy your building from them, they won't sell you metal. So that's been tricky. So we might do shiplap on the front of this and make it match the craft kitchen down below. We've got all the electrical boxes, I think, that we need placed throughout the area. And then we ordered some Smurf tubing for the Ethernet wire. They at least call it Smurf tubing, but it's orange instead of blue, to run back through the studs. That way, if they ever upgrade from Cat, what are they at, Cat 6 right now? If there's ever a Cat 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, we'll have the tubing in there to pull the new internet or wiring through there for networking. So I think the Smurf tube's a good idea. Pretty simple. That's what these boxes are for here. So that's why they're orange. There's power there and then a Smurf tube that'll have internet. So I've got to run electrical wire through the studs, which again, Henry's going to help me. But right now I'm just trying to get these ceiling joists up, get everything secured and locked down, putting strong tie straps everywhere. And we'll go from there. So a lot of progress out here at Deer Run Farm.